Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Muska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central, and this is a brief sort of look at the Overwatch All-Stars Control exhibition sort of games that we put together on Thursday night? Friday morning at that stage, for us anyway.
It was very late, but we had a lot of fun, and it was very interesting. It was our first little sort of Twitch event. I don't want to call it a tournament, because it really wasn't. It was more of an Overwatch event where we just played, we just had a lot of fun with top players playing the new game mode. Surefour, for example, did really well on the Genji. We had some pretty crazy moments, and just the control point, or the control game mode is really fun actually. It's very interesting to see these top players playing it, because all these like clashes around the point is quite exciting and a bit different from other sort of Overwatch tournament broadcasts and things that have been going on Twitch.
Yeah. A huge shout out has to go to as well Fishsticks and Ask Joshy for casting, Imagine for doing all of the behind the scenes sort of camera stuff and setting up all the assets and stuff, and Shade as well, who was very patient with everyone getting this all set up. So huge thanks to everybody involved, and thank you very much for you watching if you were there. It was a good few games, and we got to see professional players playing on the new, well, I say professional, very good players playing on these maps, and we got a good sort of insight to what heroes work really well on them. Down the line we'll probably do more videos on the kind of heroes that we saw. There is 2 tournaments this week, Go-To Games at ESL. I don't know if they're doing Control Point or they're just doing the sort of typical setup that they have been doing.
I don't know. I don't think they're playing Control. They're playing the usual setup. But I want to do more stuff with the new game mode, because it is a lot of fun, and it's what's so good about it is that these maps are, you don't just switch sides. It's a completely kind of new area. So having this sort of 3 maps in one scenario is a lot of fun for people watching as well, because it's not just the same maps over and over. It's a bit of variation. And here, watch how crazy this gets. There's a Torbjorn turret up there, and it's just like all these little setups in these rooms with turrets, with Winston ults, and all this stuff gets really hectic. And yeah, it's just...
I love this part of the map, especially the sort of third round one, because of how tense it is and how sort of claustrophobic it can be.
We don't get to play the third part of the maps every time either. So that's a lot of fun when you see them.
Yeah, and I think for both sets of Nepal and Lijiang, the third is the best. Mm-hmm. The Nepal third map is staggeringly good.
Yeah, it's really good.
But we've only played it twice, because...
Oh, there's something worth mentioning actually. You talked about heroes that were going to be used more than others. Lucio's right click, I think it was Josh who mentioned this when casting, is super good on these maps, because you can just knock people off the side. So that's the kind of thing we want to talk more about.
I'm surprised to see a lot of Zarya, but I don't know if we're seeing a lot more Zarya because she's good in this game mode, or because of the recent buffs to shield wearers.
I think
shield
it's a
wearers.
bit of,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, shield HP and all that. I think it's a bit of both.
Because I've been playing a lot of Zarya, and she's super fun at the moment, and it's that sort of, you relish situations like this because there's so much damage being thrown around that it's like, that's fine, I'll absorb it, I will put my shield on somebody else to absorb it, and I will do just as much damage as you can, if not more.
Exactly, yeah.
And of course your ultimate, sets up the rest of your team pretty well, especially if we've been rolling with Roadhogs, Pharahs, which are good, Soldiers, all of these heroes are very good on this map.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here comes the Torbjorn match we had. It's a 6v6 Torb, and people were really into this. I think a lot of people in Twitch chat were having fun watching this, and this was so new to everyone, because we'd never really seen or done this before. Well, I think this is the first 6v6 on Control. I don't think anyone else have done one, and it was crazy. Look at this first just rush up to the point where everyone just places down their turret. And it's
Is this Coolmat we're watching? Because he has a beautiful skin.
We are watching
Oplet
at the moment, I think. There's a little...
I think, Coolmat definitely has a Torbjorn skin.
Yeah.
This is pretty much all he played.
Coolmat has... he played a lot of it on the other matches as well, yeah. And I think he's got the biker one, which is a really, really nice one. Yeah, look at that, just dominating the point. And once they have the point, watch this. It's so gonna be so difficult to take it back. Look at the turret lasers. This was great. This was so much fun to watch, and just all the hard work pays off spam and all that was hilarious.
Hard work.
Hard work pays off.
Which is now apparently a thing.
Oh, the Torb Wars here by the airship.
It's just the Omnic Crisis all over again, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's really good. And watch this. See Rufflegator up there, top left? He's gonna come down, jumping down here in a bit. This is really good. Watch him. Here, he ults and just kills them all. Yeah, this was great. This was a lot of fun.
It was nice to have a mix of people like Cool Matt and Oplad and Esper, mixed with people sort of like Renbot, who is kind of not really from a team. He's just very well known from one of his amazing Reinhardt plays and the way that he plays him. So it was good to have just a sort of general mix of people. You know, if we do it again, we would like to involve more people. Kudo Chop was meant to be here this time, but he got stuck in traffic when buying a new mouse. So that's why it was Team @ versus Team Cool Matt, because the team captain couldn't make it.
Yeah, it was a shame.
But we're hoping to have a mix of, you know, people like Cool Matt. Seagull was meant to be here as well, but he was ill.
He was really tired.
And mixing them with well-known sort of streamers, content creators, and having that sort of spectrum of skill at the game.
Because we were asked this, why is it called like the All-Stars? People aren't really veterans in Overwatch, like they were not veteran Overwatch players yet. But it's just all about getting all these people together and just playing the game, rather than playing team versus team. Right? So I think it was an interesting format to discover and sort of experiment with. And I definitely enjoyed it. And I hope the like 500 to 1,000 viewers that we had did as well. And yeah, we were on the front page of Twitch, which I hope and I think helped a lot with people sort of discovering this.
Flocking in,
this crazy.
This was interesting. For those that don't know, this was a sort of mutated game mode where when you die, you come back as a random hero. So nobody picked these heroes at all. They were just sort of given to them, and they've got to make do. What was funny, I don't know if we've got any footage of it in here, but the second game that they played, one of the teams came out as 4 Symmetras.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure to include
I think this might be it actually, because there's 2 Symmetras in the bottom left.
Possibly. I'll make sure to include it. There was also a moment where they turned the limo, like the limo on Hollywood, into like a tank with, I think, 2 Bastions on it, and a Reinhardt.
And a Reinhardt,
and it was just, they just plowed through the enemy team, and it was great. I'll make sure to include that, definitely. But yeah, overall, it was great fun. I know we've said it so many times throughout this video, but it really was amazing to see this different way of sort of just playing the game together and enjoying it rather than...
Control is a super fun mode. It's going to be interesting to see tournaments sort of split off and do maybe not so much payload, but actually just do Control tournaments in their own right.
Different rule sets.
But I really like it. I wish we could play it more. We seem to sort of, you know, because the maps are random, that we don't seem to get it as much as we often want.
Yeah, for sure. I want to play more Control, but yeah, it's like when you see Nepal or Lijiang Tower pop up in the queue when you're playing, it's like, oh, we get to play Control, nice. It's a bit refreshing and new, and sure, it might be difficult to grasp.
And everybody sort of goes to their favoured heroes, because nobody wants to like clown around. They want to win on that map because it's so difficult to play because of just how much is going on, and the way that the maps are played, in the sense that you are quite open a lot of the time, but also in sort of an enclosed, claustrophobic little room.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the whole sort of chaotic situation that you're put in is what makes it so good. Anyway, that is it for us this time. We hope you enjoyed these little highlights / recap of our Twitch event, our Overwatch event over on our Twitch channel. You can go follow us on there if you want. We're gonna be streaming later on, like in maybe a few weeks, maybe a few months. We don't really know, but we have plans to do so. So please follow and be notified when we are. And yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if you did. And let us know what you want to see in the future on Twitch and here on YouTube. And we'll make sure to check that out. Anyway, until next time, take care, and we'll see you then. Bye bye.
Bye.